Okay, so first up, just a little bit of housekeeping. Backlash is this weekend, and I'm actually away for Backlash. So I will do a review of Backlash, but it may be a grainy, smartphone recorded one. Not my usual insane quality, if I say that. But yes, I will have a review of Backlash up at some point on the weekend, hopefully watching it live, and I am very excited. But for now, let's talk about some tournament action. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Hugh McQuaid, and today we are talking about the King and Queen of the Ring tournament, the event that has been announced for, let me grab the date of this exactly, when this premium live event is happening, May the 25th, 2024, from Saudi Arabia, Jeddah in Saudi Arabia to be precise. Big old tournament. Now, before we dive into this, please subscribe, please like this video, please comment your thoughts down below as we discuss who will win both the men's and the women's tournament, because I think it's an interesting field. You know, we haven't had a King of the Ring tournament / a Queen's Crown tournament in the Triple H era, and I am excited to see what he does with this. I don't know whether it will be a sort of one night tournament. I would really love it if it was that, but I don't think they're going to go that way. I think instead it'll probably be built around, you know, the finals being at the pay-per-view. Sadly, I'd rather see a one night tournament because I think that's more exciting. You can tell more stories that way. But who's going to win? It's quite an open field, to be honest. It's quite an open field. I'm going to assume that this is taking place on both Raw and SmackDown, and both, you know, members are eligible. And in my fantasy bookings that I may present in this, the winner of King of the Ring / Queen of the Ring will get a world title shot, because that only makes sense. Don't give them a stupid crown. Don't give them a king gimmick. They get a simple world title opportunity. Makes the most sense. Please do it that way. None of this farcical king and queen nonsense. So you look at the past winners of King and Queen of the Ring, and it's quite interesting. For one, I could not have told you that Zelina Vega won the last Queen's Crown tournament. I have erased that from my memory. And Xavier Woods won the King of the Ring, which I briefly remember, but they were not treated in the way that I think they should be. They should be treated like massive stars. They should be used to elevate stars or further stories. That's the way King of the Ring and Queen's Crown tournament should be. So in that regard, I'm not going to do a list. I'm going to give you a few pitches on who I think might win, and then my ultimate pick of who I think will win. But we'll start with the men's side of it, because I think there is only one person who can win this. I think there are a few candidates to go out there. I think LA Knight, is a good choice, potentially, because, let's be honest, he's been mega hot, mega on fire. And what has he really gotten out of this? He's won no titles. He had a really good match against AJ Styles at WrestleMania, which he won. And then AJ Styles has gone into the world title match. How does that work? Who knows? But LA Knight, I feel like, is getting lost in the shuffle. And I think a really good showing / maybe a win at King of the Ring would be a really good way to cement him. I think Chad Gable is someone else who could really use this to cement his heel turn and really further the sort of progression of the Academy and his character in general by winning the tournament. But let's be honest, this is one man's tournament to lose, and I think he will win. And my pitch is Gunther. Obviously, I think Gunther should win this King of the Ring tournament. He fits it. He believes the mat is sacred. He will wipe the floor with most competitors in this tournament, leading to, hopefully, fingers crossed, if Drew is cleared, a Drew McIntyre-Gunther final. I think that makes all the sense in the world. Now, my pitch for Gunther with the King of the Ring tournament, obviously, I think he wins. Next night on Raw, he comes out and says, I am cashing in my shot at Bash at Berlin. I don't care who the champion is. It could be Priest, it could be Punk, it could be McIntyre. I'm going to destroy you in my home, well, in my area, let's say that. We know what WWE are like. In Berlin. And that is where Gunther cashes in his shot. And from there, Gunther goes away. He is not seen on TV until the build to Bash in Berlin. At which point, you know, maybe Priest successfully defended the title against Drew, and Priest cutting the promo. Gunther's music hits, and that's where you start the true build to this, building Gunther up as a mega star leading into Bash in Berlin. I think that makes all the sense in the world, and I think Gunther needs to be world champion before the world is over. Him winning that belt and putting on bangers with Drew, with now Ilya Dragunov, with Bron Breakker, these up-and-coming stars who have now been drafted to Raw, just build the goddamn show around Gunther and have him do it to an electric pop in Berlin. I think that is the way to go. Gunther winning this tournament and him winning that title sooner rather than later, because he's just that damn good. Leading to, eventually, Ilya Dragunov winning the belt off him, and we get a rerun of those bangers. Makes all the sense in the world. So that is my pitch for the men's side of things. Looking at the women's side of things, I think it's a lot more open. There's a lot more choices you can get. I think some of the people in the mix for this, you've got a lot of star power there. You've got like Naomi, technically Bianca, Jade could be in this tournament for all we know. And then on the Raw side, you've got like Shayna, Zoe Starks, and a lot of other people who could really fit into this mix. But the person that, well, I'll pitch a few. I have a few people for the Queen of the Ring. So one that I would really love to see is Piper Niven. I think Piper Niven could really do with elevating. As much as I love her and Chelsea Green together as a pairing, I think she's so great, and having a real monster run, ploughing through everyone and then going into a feud with Becky would be really interesting and really help elevate a star there. Shayna Baszler, you've obviously heard me sing the praises of Shayna Baszler. She's my NXT Women's Champion, and I think she's been criminally underused on the main roster. I think tearing it up through the Raw side of the tournament, leading to a great finale, and her winning could be awesome. Sets up a feud with Becky and potentially Bayley, because if you use it like a Royal Rumble, you get to pick which champ you go after. That could work. But my pick is actually, I'm surprised by myself that I'm going with this. I think this is a way to set up a great feud and a great match. I'm going to go with Nia Jax. I think Nia Jax has been putting on some great work. Yes, she has lost quite a lot. She lost to Rhea. I believe she lost to Becky, and I think she lost to Liv recently. She has taken a few L's. So a way to build her stock back up before or around the time that she moves back to SmackDown. Have her plough through this tournament, win the tournament, and then we have a Bayley Nia Jax match, which I haven't actually seen, but I hear they had a great match. I believe it was NXT TakeOver London. I've heard that was very good. And I really like what Nia's been doing, and I think giving Bayley a really credible threat like Nia could be really fun. And I think Nia's earned it. I really think Nia versus Bayley is a feud that could lead through the summer, and I'd be excited to see that. I think the thing with this tournament is it does come around a similar time that we've got Money in the Bank. So you've obviously got candidates for Money in the Bank, and you've got candidates for the tournament as well. So you've got a few contenders that you can set up there. But people like Chelsea Green and Tiffany Stratton, I think they're more geared towards having a run with the Money in the Bank briefcase rather than winning the tournament. And yeah, that is what I think. So I'm going to go with Gunther, and I'm going to go with Nia Jax to win the King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. But I want to know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you agree? Do you not? This is probably going to be a very controversial video, but let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll try to reply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.